and that's gone.
There it is. Ace to win the set. It's caught. 20-10 touchdown.
This is going to be in the gap.
Yes! Score! Go to the deflection. Yes! The Huskies win their first state championship.
Boys high school soccer from Champlin Park, home of the Rebels. They're taking on the Centennial Cougars, and I'm Joe Rulin, joined along with Jim Childs, and we get a twin bill today. The opening game will be the boys, and then the double feature will take on the girls of the Rebels, taking on the Centennial Cougars. Meanwhile, Jim, in front of us, a pretty good matchup between two teams very well acquainted with one another.
Yeah, absolutely. Northwest Suburban Soccer is live. Both teams, one team has got their kickoff as far as both are in their second game for Northwest Suburban. But both traditionally very, very tough and well coached, and we'll have a good matchup here this afternoon as the sun is peeking out. It's a crisp 93 degrees out.
That it is, and see if it affects the play and maybe the strategies on the field here tonight, as well as we have the Rebels led by head coach Brady Hicks and Jeff Anderson, the head coach for Centennial and the Cougars. Both teams always end up competing for the championship. Last year it was Champlin Park, who lost a 1-0 game in the section championship to Maple Grove. We'll get you caught up on Centennial as well, but defense. And the thing to keep out for this Rebels team is they have 8 of their 11 starters returning this season. And a key figure in this whole piece would be Evan Martin, the keeper for the Rebels, as we get our first rotation and keep you posted on everything else. A throw in here coming the way for the Rebels. Again, Joe Rulin along with Jim Childs. And it is a little hot tonight, and that will change probably within the next 12 to 16 hours, so I'm enjoying the heat.
Yeah, you got to get the last little bits of sunshine for the summer. You know, on the opposite, the Centennial Cougars lost 16 seniors last year, and of course, not all of them were on varsity, but a heavy graduation. Only 4 seniors back for this year.
Get a look here as the Rebels make a run. Early chance here, jumping out, making that save, and logging it up was a great save there by Cheetah. Jordan Cheetah Jr., who's been stellar to start this season.
Cheetah not only had to grab it, but he had to keep the ball in the box and did a nice job of keeping it right on the line.
Centennial trying to settle that ball around the 30, as it was the Rebels with the first through ball attempt of the afternoon. Let's see if they can continue that or if they're going to have to find a way to go over top of the defense. And we'll get the free kick coming away for Centennial. Again, a team, you mentioned, Jim, lost a lot of experience after last year's season, but a good look here. Meanwhile, for the Rebels, they lost one of their top scorers as well, as Sylvester graduated. He had 51 goals in his career with the Sylvester Doe. He had a total of 31 last year. Had some scoring power. Could settle the ball and take it upper 90 at any given time. Now trying to settle, trying to manipulate that ball basket. It will be a goal kick coming the way here and a quick outlet pass. You'll see that with Brady Hicks, who's the head coach with the Rebels, in his style. He likes the quick outlet passes. Not everything is going to be a punt. It's about trying to sometimes one touch, kind of a catch release, touch it and move it on. Reverse the field and make always the opposing team chase. And obviously possessing is a huge part of that offense.
It is, and especially when you're chasing and it's 93 degrees out.
Got definitely it there. Good job. Could have stopped, start, and that's chance again to come in as the Rebels trying to set the tone with that experience. As move it up to midfield, drop it down now near side. Pitched up ahead, now back again. Getting a look there is Ibrahim. Deflects in front, now sends it to the near line. This is Arthur. He is so dangerous. Left foot kick tries to send a crossing attempt. This will be a throw-in. As a result, going to Centennial, but a player certainly to watch is Lester Arthur, number 7. He had a hat trick in the game just last week. A big win for them. And a chance for them to kind of get things going. A 6-3 win over Spring Lake Park. Of course, their opening game was a tough 1-0 loss to Blaine. Coach Hicks had said we played so well. There's a left foot kick missing the net altogether, unleashing a laser, but just wide. It'll be rewarded on a goal kick going to Centennial. But he said we played so well, it was just a kind of a fluke redirect is how they ended up losing it. But you'll see that this team and the players enjoy playing for him. He's very direct, sets those expectations, but always second half sometimes are the favorite part for him because he can set some strategies. Back behind come the Rebels. They're going to rotate to the far side of the field. They moved this year from 4 backs to 3 backs. They try to move things up ahead a little bit more aggressively. Left foot kick trying to get it over the top of the defense that time. A header controlled, redirected back up towards midfield. Good defensive play. A little Dancing with the Stars move on the far side there for the Rebels as they try to regain control. At midfield lifted, and this will be a throw-in awarded to the Cougars.
Yeah, a little wind out there too. It's coming from the press box side, so the players' side across the field, which may play a little bit of havoc with some of the crosses, and as they switch fields.
Cougars coming off a fresh 2-0 win over Park Center. Fernandez and CJ Shear had the goals in that goal. Meanwhile, a 2-1 win over Robbinsdale Armstrong. That was Marquardt and Fraz who scored the goals for the win in that matchup for Centennial. Last year, Champlin Park Rebels 11-5 overall. Meanwhile, for Centennial, 10-7. And Centennial was ousted in the section semifinals by Andover in a 4-1 loss. Of course, that Andover boys soccer team had some success and made it to the state tournament in June. We had a chance to cover that.
Yes, they did. And they've got a couple of players out now playing college. One in Evansville.
Throw in back. Here come the Cougars trying to work it down right now. The pressure has come the way of the Rebels. A through ball attempt. Elevating for the header that time and moving it right back in. Nice play defensively there.
Yeah, really nice play by Egan Froze. And, you know, the one thing they had, early substitution for Centennial, Luis Garcia in and Brady Patrick out.
Back in again here. Is you see them many a times kind of reverse the field with their 3D and try to find that gap in the middle. There you can see Arthur 7. He alone is some solid offense all by himself. The midfielder now tries to single his opening. Now they get it back. Nope, picked away. Nice job of stepping in front of that pass by the Cougars and quickly back the other way. It will be Trejo Munson trying to counter. A push upfield. Through ball down long to the corner. And now sent back upfield. A throw in will be awarded to Centennial. And Jim, it come to me, a lot of it comes down to the set pieces in many of these games. Champlin Park will certainly catch you on transition. And then it's sometimes the turnovers that occur during those transitions. But many times you'll see some excellent execution by both these teams on the set pieces. Here's a chance now inside the 18. A save, a kick, rebound, back out. Arthur tries to settle, wants to unleash a shot, gets the space, now unleashes a lower 90 attempt, and a save is made by Cheetah. He's been kept busy. Got back deep enough on that goal line to be able to kind of make that diving step as it was Arthur trying to go lower 90.
Yeah, great job by Sano and Havlik, just being able to push and create those opportunities for the Rebels.
So again, early pressure here for the Rebels. They'll come at you in doses, and this one's deflected off the knee. Now making a rush. Here comes Arthur trying to create some havoc and disruption, as just hearing those footsteps like a wide receiver here in the defensive back approaching the ball, and Cheetah sends this punt beyond midfield. A high header. Rebels try to send it back near midfield, looking for the through ball opportunity. Deflected back up, and now on another run. The Rebels unable to complete that pass, and we'll move it back up, and there you get a look on defense is Fraz. Fraz with a couple of nice headers defensively to disrupt some through attempts. Near side, here's a run from the defensive perspective and moving it up on the back line. Started with Havlik, and now finally controlled. Now you're going to try to see if they can possess here the Cougars. Fernandez. Coach for Centennial, keep an eye on him. He's dangerous with that ball as well. Fernandez, number 8. As mentioned, he had a goal in their last win. Just underway for the season, but as we know, the soccer season moves pretty quickly through the season. So
25% through their season as of
dropping it through. Again, trying to read and connect. About a stride too far ahead that time. In the attempt to get it to Havlik. Noah Berg getting ready to substitute in along with Keegan Janasek and then number 16, Camden Janasek. Chance there, settled. Now here comes a run offside is the call. Arthur moves quickly. Kind of got that cashmere smooth approach. I like to call him L.A. That L.A. is a cast out there on the hand of one of the defenders, and that's Ruelas. Battling for the ball as that went high in the air. Now trying to settle, moving it back. Rebels, you can see they trust their backliners so much, and all seniors back there for the Rebels. You have some tough defensive players back there, and they know how to kind of redirect the ball back. As I mentioned, substitutions coming in. I mentioned the others. One other one coming in for is number 17, and that's going to be J.J. Bliss, a senior. So the Janasek brothers, as I mentioned before, they are back in. They're coming in for the first time, and then also Noah Berg, sophomore defense. Off the throw-in, redirected at about the top of the 18 by the Rebels. Settling it, deflecting, and this will be awarded to the Cougars. And you could tell that perhaps the coaching strategy might be to see how physical or how aggressive they are on the Rebels in their own end, how they'll proceed. It's lofting over them, but right now the Rebels have been able to muster that. And as you mentioned, Jim, Centennial trying to pick up the tone, maybe a little of that physicality as well. as a foul there whistled, and it'll be a free kick for the Rebels at midfield. Drop to the far side and now deflected back in. Another throw in with 26:50 to go in this first half. We haven't yet seen that brand new scoreboard that was installed late spring this past year here for the Rebels. We could use it, but we would need a psychic, I think, to get the time and calculate it closely. LA attempts a spinner that time, lofts it high, but a little too much out of the header reach for the teammate for the Rebels, and easily gathered in there by, again, a nice job in goal by Cheetah. Cheetah Jr., coaching staff, Centennial, very impressed with his performance early on this year for the Cougars. Far side, working it back near side here and trying to move him off that time. You saw Bliss. Deflected back. Here again, the Rebels trying to get something going. Side foot kick here, now down the near side. Explosive play even with the cast here by Ruelas. Ruelas now throw in. No, it was going to be ready because Ibrahim said, I'm ready for it. He'll get it now. After it's set, dropping it back defensively to Joe Seth. And then on the far side, through ball. Attempting to find Ibarra up front, but that was disrupted by the defense of the Cougars, and now they'll redirect this near midfield, and the Cougars will take it, even though there was a player that went down on the far sideline there for the Rebels. You're seeing some physical play out there by number 17, J.J. Bliss. He's making his presence known on a couple of those, and on this one they whistled him with that foul. A little give and go. No, good job to hold on to it. Now a through ball back. Again, that an attempt to try to find Ibarra. But Ibarra is going to try to redirect it, and it ended up in the hands of Cheetah. Back again, more pressure. Give and go back, top of the 18. Redirects, reverses field, deflected. It'll be a throw in for the Rebels as they're starting to mount a little bit more pressure here and now sustain it. As for a while, Jim, you had said you could see Centennial was applying more and more pressure. Far side, Ibarra. Ibarra here navigates past some defenders. Left foot kick, tries to enter it into LA, but it was hit at the 18. Ibarra battles to get it back out. That long reach deflects back out to a teammate. Tips it right back. Here's a through ball looking for on the backside another header. Near the goal box. Good job of settling it there by Havlik. Now from the corner of the 18, redirect on that ground. Ever so dangerous when it's coming on that ground. He was trying to head far post, and we're going to get our first corner kick of the afternoon for the Rebels as a result. 23 and change to go here in this first half. No score, Rebels and Cougars.
Corner kick of the Rebels will be named number 15, Elijah Ibrahim.
Left foot kick. Left foot kick here. A nice hook. They're going to reset here. A whistle just before. Took the shot. You got to like this left foot kick. It's the perfect location for that hook coming in on the far side. So first corner. Another set into the goal box. Redirecting and just missing off the top of the head, I believe, of LA.
Substitutions in first for the Cougars. Number 6, Ryan Kozlowski. Number 4, Logan Garcia. Number 8, Sebastian Fernandez. And number 12, James Patrick. For the Rebels, number 6, Jamel Yafondo.
Yofondo is in now. Jamel Yofondo is a midfielder, the sophomore. He will give Ibarra a break for a while. I'm surprised they haven't substituted more with this heat, but endurance certainly they have, and I believe they're going to take a break at the midway mark here of this first half as we are approaching that with this heat. And it continues to get warmer, but it teases us and looks like it may want to rain. And it sounds with the forecast that could happen tonight. MI Yard could use it. Near side, driven up back in, Otero. Otero on the throw-in down the line, and we'll have a whistle to stop the play. As the officials have a discussion, I'm not paranoid, but I'm sure it's about me. They're get it set. Their back is towards me. You just know it is. And I think they're going to say Joe gets a trophy. Throw in coming now for Otero. Miscue there, kicks it back again. Ibrahim had it momentarily, but back in the flank here is Ibarra. Quickly got him back in. He's got something going here, getting into a rhythm, disrupting and keeping the pressure in. Settling it. One touch, now takeaway. Here's a chance, not a turnover. Centennial pushes it up, drops it just inside the 18, and coming up to make that big save was Evan Martin, and he quickly releases on the throw out. Now here's a chance. They continue the way. 2-on-1 break. This is a chance inside the 18 to the side, to the drop, to the goal kick, and just missing right at the goal line to redirect it wide. They would love to have that back, but it all started on that outlet pass by Evan Martin. A good, clean outlet pass by the keeper. It allowed him to get it to the defender, who saw the far midfielder running and completely open on that far side. Some broken coverage. That time Centennial was on the attack, and they left that backside wide open. They are fortunate. So, Otero is double teamed there. Now he's bracketed and finally deflects it back to the D and Poston. Up ahead, trying to settle the ball, but he did not. He settled it, but it was out of bounds. So it'll be Centennial who will get the throw in. So, Jim, right now I've got about 3 quality shots on goal here for Champlin Park. One left all in front inside that goal box. This one's lofted, perched, nice. Kick that drove it near the 20-yard line. Now redirected back up. Here come the Rebels. Redirected back through, reversing field to the far side, looking for a gap or some spacing here, and a big boom up to about the 25, and the header redirects at that time Centennial. Back up to midfield. One touch pass down the far side. Some juice coming on that side by Trejo Munson. Munson goes down hard on the sliding tackle that time, and they're going to award it to Centennial and Trejo Munson. Munson was hitting some burners on that far side. Now a turn, chance, walking in. Now they'll say he stepped on the goal line. It'll be awarded back. It was on that far side. Sebastian Fernandez, who has 1 goal on the season. That came in their last game in a win over Park Center. Quick substitution for the Rebels. Coming in 27 is Samba Job. And Caleb Ibarra will get the bench for a while. 17 and change remaining. Thanks for joining us on this late afternoon. First of 2 of a twin build coming your way on QCTV on a Tuesday night, and boys soccer first, followed by girls high school soccer. Bracketed there, redirected. Nice job coming over. There was Noah Berg. Finally, they put it on the toe, chips it ahead, looking down low, trying to get a shot to cross right outside that 18 from the side, but that was redirected. Back up ahead now, a chance for Centennial. Quick passes down low, redirecting down. A nice pass attempt that time by Brady Patrick. Sent back out up top. This perch sent back in as Fernandez trying to grab possession there. Marquard sends it in. Left foot kick, trying to come in that back door. Beautiful setup. Marquard saw that opening occur. And on the far side, it was Trejo Munson getting ready to make the run. Dropping it down far side, inside the 18, just inside a blistering shot, trying to go upper 90 over top of the crossbar, and it'll be a goal kick. Good effort that time by Centennial to create some spacing and get a good look. Try to beat Martin, but over top of the crossbar here with 15:35 to go. And Jim, you were going to say rain has hit.
Rain has started, yes.
First time I've seen rain during the day in a while.
And make sure that I was pronouncing it correctly, because it hasn't been around a whole lot this summer.
And plus, I just also quickly took some samples and had them tested. Yes, rain it is.
It is, okay, good.
It might be purple rain.
Yep.
We're going to kick it back.
Chemical breakdown of a couple parts hydrogen.
Turning, firing on that far side through ball. Here's a run and a chance coming out. That time again is Cheetah. I'll tell you, it just takes so much to come off that goal line. When do you burst coming off that goal line? When do you hold? And I'll tell you, it's more difficult than it looks, and you got to have some moxie back there as a keeper, and Cheetah has certainly demonstrated that. And now with the ball, somebody who's had moxie all of last year, and certainly one of the stars on this team, is Evan Martin, the keeper for the Rebels. Through ball chance here. Now getting there, diffusing it. Now off the side of the foot, not getting what he wanted, but he didn't want to kick it into two defenders. Did Cheetah, so awarded a throw in. Now will come the way here for Champlin Park. And Otero kicks it back to LA. Now a pivot. Trying to get a blind pass. This one sends upfield, jumping in front of that, making a nice play to cut that off, but they're going to call off the foul behind the play, so we'll get a free kick.
Well, Cheetah's been impressive with his stops, but some of his ability to get the ball out to his teammates have either, I don't know if the ball is slippery, but it is it's not. It's been a little bit of an adventure for him. Maybe he's those keepers can get nervous as a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs.
You know that, and I will get that header back. They're going to say some physical play for the Rebels that time defensively. They felt some administered to number 4, Logan Garcia, the sophomore. So this will be a free kick and a look here. See what Centennial can do here with this opportunity. A fixed piece here as well. They're first. It's just above the 20, about the 22-yard line. 13 minutes to go here in the back and forth. First half, no score, 0-0 between these two squads, Centennial and the Rebels. Hop over, one touch, and this one's drilled through, off the uprights. I'm not even sure it went through the uprights, but just wide on that blistering attempt that time for Centennial and the Cougars.
Oh, really? That's their second true chance at Centennial, and they've elevated that shot a couple of times. Really, the Rebels have had the best scoring opportunities so far, and those have been through just a lack of finishing right now.
Mindy Shady took that last shot for Centennial. Both teams reverse possession. And now moving it up. Good activity there. Just to fight and scrap and anticipate those. He slides almost into the bench before stopping. That was Trey Jones. some explosive plays. He wanted to get a piece of that. He slid, made the kick, and then slid under the bench on the far sideline.
Yeah, that was athletic to be able to get under the bench like that. But he did. He was making people hustle, and his hustle was evident. You know, when you get a chance to get out there, and he's a junior, he's going to gain some more minutes by just putting that kind of pressure on.
The next time I see rain, I'm going out. Maybe I'll just stick my head out.
Well, the 17 drops.
With the headset.
Yeah, the 17 drops that fell, that has gone away now.
High ball near the goal box, redirected on the header back there defensively. Well done by the Rebels. You can just tell the poise on that back line for the Rebels. They knew what they were going to do. They had it. There was communication between the back line and also Martin, the senior goalie.
Well, that was Elijah Abraham, who, like you said, was just poised and able to.
Another free kick here with the wind in back. This one's going to drop, and we've got ourselves a foul. It'll be whistled on Centennial. They were trying to break free. The wind has kind of shifted a little bit more, like 3/4 behind Centennial right now.
Yeah.
So that's allowed some of those long free kicks to carry deep inside the 18 here on that free kick. An open opportunity here, and the Rebels try to send it cross field, and they cannot control possession there. As you mentioned, it was a tough 1-0 loss for the Rebels against Blaine. They kept the ball the majority of the time, said Coach Brady, and they created almost all the chances, but they just couldn't score. And finally, the score with 15 seconds left on a bad giveaway. And that's when Blaine tallied their lone goal for the 1-0 win.
Murdoch Rothermall in for the Rebels.
9.5 here, down to single digits remaining in the first half. Left foot kick, trying to connect on a through ball, but redirected back out nicely that time by Fernandez. Or rather, on that one, it was Marquardt. Marquardt will do the throw-in. I usually do that thing with his foot like I do with that with a remote. Just pop it up like that with both feet, toes. See? Skilled. Up ahead, midfield, collision. Kick back, redirected, and Jones sets it back for the back line. Trying to bring in a head of steam. A deflection sends it back out to midfield. And the Rebels take a deep breath, reverse the field, and send the left foot ball through, and we're going to have an offside.
Trey Jones, his giddy-up was at full speed and just a little bit ahead of the defenseman back there for the Centennial Cougars.
He's been unleashing. Elijah Ibrahim has unleashed a couple of big power kicks and attempt to kind of go over the top of the Cougars' defense. That one whistled for the offside. 8:20 remaining. This throw-in will go for the Cougars. The Cougars' attempts have really come on really some short burst. Not that the Rebels haven't been short burst, but they've had some sustained pressure, Jim, most of that first half.
Yeah, if we had clock on the time of possession, it would definitely be weighted towards the Rebels. And, you know, they've been methodical at the beginning on how to move the ball up. And then they started some through balls, and those through balls really were able to loosen up that defense.
J.J. Bliss takes the bench here for Centennial. He's had a pretty aggressive first half, and Noah Berg also will sit for Centennial. And they'll see what they can do to bring in a couple of their starters here before the end of this first half. See if they can get some juice, some wiggle going here, and some offensive mojo. Throw in now with Centennial. This will be Marquardt on this throw-in. Throws it towards the box. Sometimes you like to throw it down the line or an out ball and get it farther down there. But this one's sent back north up towards the clouds, settling in far side, and Centennial tries to maintain possession. Knocked out on that far side by Jones. Jones seems like he's been just about everywhere also here in this first half.
Max effort by Jones.
0-0 here in the first half. Settle here. Good talk that time with Evans to say let it go. He was going to try to get a quick outlet pass. Now he goes to the right side where there's some more spacing. Watching some of the strategy here develop. They go near side here. Ibrahim here wants to send it low ahead. He does. Connects. Pass up to Otero. Otero trying to catch it ahead, and that time you could see that play evolve with Trey Jones was trying to come from that far side off the ball, but just a little too far ahead. Centennial on the turnover, picks up the loose change. Now pokes and checked with the foot back out of play. Throw in. We'll go back to Trey Jones on this throw in for the Rebels. South of 6 minutes to play in this first half. The defender Poston moves it ahead, nudged from behind. They'll play on. They'll get the free kick here. Here's going to be a good look here. Poston's going to take it. It'll be at the 25. They'll have a good look here. They'll start right at the top of the 18. See what they do to go far post and hit that back door perhaps on a rebound. This one's going up to the goal kick. Redirected out, lofted. Race to the ball ensues just beyond the 18th on the far side. And now Centennial controls and settles the ball with 5 to play here in this first half. Long launching kick. A header back to the keeper, Martin. Martin on a quick release to Seth. Seth then now. A boom up top by Poston. Turns, fires. 1v1 here opportunity, but in that right spot is Keaton Froz. A big defender. He has a goal and an assist this season already for the Cougars. Throw it. Here come the Rebels. Top of the 18. Stops. Reverses field. Top of the 18 again. Kicks it right back. Tried to set up a teammate. Now pinching in Ibrahim. He'll take a hard left. Upper 90 just grazes the top of the post. Almost an upper 90 from Ibrahim. Wow, was that a laser.
There's not another word that would describe that other than a laser. That was a shot on the run. Really not a lot of time to set up. And, boy, he's got a leg. Holy cow.
And you could see that he was kind of checking in every now and then from about the 50 midfield to try to see, hey, is there going to be a rebound? That time he got the rebound right on his foot and unleashed.
Well, you mentioned he's had a couple of nice. We've got a foul on Champlin Park again, but he's had a nice couple of boots from the back to get to clear the ball. So
yeah, he's tried a couple of through balls. They've been trying to. Hey, if they got pressed, then they're going to try to go over the top of them with some passing. He certainly has the leg and the accuracy for that. Just missed on a couple. In fact, one of them to Trey Jones. Free kick here, perched ahead with 3:20 to go in this first half. This the first of 2 games, the doubleheader on QCTV. Jumping that, then strategic move by Poston. Poston tries to get it ahead to Jones. That's diffused by a nice defensive play there by Froz. Sent back. And now trying to settle it is Shady. Up ahead. Sent back to midfield. Centennial gets at it again. Back on the field as well right now is JJ. That's not JJ. That is actually Trejo Munson. Trailing on the play. A nice perch. Trying to at least get that thing towards the far post, but it'll roll out of play, and it'll be a goal kick awarded to the Cougars. Both teams looking for goal number 1 with 2:20 to go here in the first half.
Well, the best chances have come off the foot of Kafmima, Sano, who's had a couple of point blank shots that have just missed the net. He has been out for about the last 15 minutes.
Set back. Now redirect again. That's Otera. Poston sends it far side. Good setup here and tried to get the one-timer to redirect. There was Trey Jones. Good, strong boot considering some of that was into the wind. Goal kick again. Right on the doorstep, there was a great opportunity for the Rebels. Just at that goal box, but they just missed with the shot that went wide. And then Cheetah came up to make a couple of nice saves earlier in this first half. So certainly the quality shots and the quality scoring opportunities counted about 3 already for the Rebels. They haven't been able to get it by Cheetah, the junior goalie. Shot to the head here, so it'll be a free kick coming the way for the Rebels, and Poston will do the honors.
Poston has been a force in the middle. He is a physical specimen, and just his control of that defense has done a nice job.
Center D gets it to the 18, deflects. One-timer goes through the uprights and over the top of the crossbar. That was a bend 'em like it's Beckham, but just a little too high over the top with 40 seconds to go in this first half. Centennial kind of an upset last year, but they had a lot of seniors. They defeated the Rebels, and Rebels probably still have that on their mind. Now near midfield, tried to make one last rush and pressure. Knocked down, free kick coming the way after the foul. They're going to have to hurry up and take the kick, but 12 seconds left. 10 seconds, 11. Poston sends it down, far side, looking to the back door to Otera. Lifting high and shady. That time will send it out of play, and that will send us to halftime. We're at the midway mark of this game, 0-0 here as these teams trying to get the possession, settle the ball, but the Rebels have had probably the best scoring opportunities, Jim, here in the first.
Yeah, they look good. They came out, adjusted a little bit with some of the through balls, and they look good. They've just got to make sure that they're not having a defensive lapses back there, and I think the Rebels will come out with, as you've mentioned before, some adjustments, and we'll see what the second half will bring.
This is the matinee of the Twin Bill going on here at Champlin Park High School. We're midway through the boys' first game here. The girls will be playing after this, but it is no score first half between Champlin Park and Centennial. More coming your way in just a moment.
In the year 2020, a significant development emerged for Anoka. Through the efforts of the Minnesota State Legislature, an omnibus bill was enacted into law that contained a unique provision that exclusively pertained to the city of Anoka for the establishment of what is known as the Anoka Social District. The Anoka Social District serves as a pioneering initiative within the state. But what exactly is a social district? It designates a specific area which patrons can purchase and enjoy alcoholic beverage from licensed establishments. They are then permitted to freely travel through the predetermined sections of the city, encompassing public spaces like sidewalks and streets, or take part in the social district-sponsored events and activities. A comprehensive management plan has been developed as a blueprint that outlines policies and practices for efficient district operations. Additionally, a dedicated webpage will be established to provide comprehensive information about the district, including hours of operation, rules, and regulations. QR codes will be on permanent signage to facilitate easy access to this resource. Here are some key points for everyone to remember when participating within the social district. Patrons can purchase drinks from licensed businesses within the district. Drinks must be served in specific cups that are specified by law. The city will determine the district's hours of operation, and alcohol is not allowed to leave or enter the social district area. The initial hours of operation for the social district kickoff will be from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. 7 days a week. The initial Anoka social district boundaries encompasses a variety of public spaces, including the City Hall area, Riverside Memorial Park, the Mill Events Center, including Jackson Street, 1st and 2nd Avenue north of Main Street. The launch of the Anoka Social District will take place between September 6th and October 7th. This pilot program is to encourage ideas and input in shaping the district's ongoing development and success. Through this, the city can build a dynamic and inclusive social hub that enriches the Anoka experience for both residents and visitors. To learn more and to keep up with updates about the Anoka Social District program, visit anokaminnesota.com.
You're not gonna get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
How Anoka became the Halloween capital of the world way back in 1920, we had a lot of kid issues. Tipping over cows, they were taking apart wagons.
Buckwheat, you go in the kitchen and get all the knives and the daggers and ditch them. Porky, you go to the bathroom and get all the poisons and done. Okie doke.
And the town came together to create this diversion of naughty behavior into what we now have, 100+ years festival. Those who say we proclaim it, thank you for making that statement, but it's not true. We are. Harry Blair went to Washington, D.C. as a 12-year-old. I mean, can you imagine that? 12 years old, Washington, D.C., and wants a declaration made, a proclamation made that acknowledges we are. So he did, and here we are. We actually have that document in our gift store, which is located on 2nd Avenue. And so here we are enjoying a wonderful town, a wonderful festival, and it's over 100 years old. My name is Liz McFarland. I currently was the past president for Anoka Halloween and now am a volunteer. I just remember being here when I was 5 years old and seeing my first parade and then marching in it. You know, you don't realize that everybody isn't in a parade and how special that is until you become an adult and can kind of step back and look at how awesome your town is. So, you know, step back 100 years, we've got this parade going on with kids. 100+ years later, we still have our kiddie parade, the big parade of little people. We also have added a night parade, and then we have the Grand Day Parade. So we've started one parade, we're into 3 parades. In the 60s, we acquired Miss Anoka from the Chamber of Commerce, and that turned into Halloween ambassadors. So we've got parades, a coronation, then we get into years of bingos, movie nights, pumpkin way off, pumpkin bowl, which is the huge kickoff for a festival. The high school has things come and go, but ultimately we surround them with a family-friendly focus for Halloween. It's all about the kids. It started with the kids and it continues with the kid mindset. It's not done without the volunteers. We have this great city that supports us. You know, they're kind of the host for this whole event. But ultimately, it's a separate organization. It's a separate nonprofit that has provided this entertainment for everyone to attend. We hold on to our 100-year tradition with a lot of pride, and I want to see it continue on with the best efforts and thoughts of what is good for the city, what is good for the kids, and how do you maintain a healthy volunteer nonprofit organization. I hope and wish for the town of Anoka to continue a parade in whatever fashion it is, 1, 2, 3 of them, whatever it is, that we see another 100 years of the largest, longest running parade in our state.
QCTV is proud to announce award recognition for 2022, including 10 Telly Awards, and 2 ACM Hometown Media Awards. QCTV is dedicated to providing high-quality content for our community. We are grateful for the support, and we look forward to another exciting year here at QCTV.
Returning here for the second half of this QCTV sports presentation coming your way on a Tuesday afternoon. Again, this is the matinee of a twin bill, a double feature, shall we say, as Champlin Park Rebels tied up with Centennial at 0. Both teams, great scoring attempts, but right now, what wind is out there, looks like it's shifted a little bit now to the back of Centennial here for the second half.
Yeah, that should be a little bit more of an advantage for Centennial. The ball control by the Champlin Park Rebels midway through the game really had the Cougars on their heels, and hopefully for the Rebels we'll see that come back out at halftime.
Again, one of the big goal threats in the preseason for the Rebels. We were looking to get some scoring push from, but he unfortunately broke his leg just before the start of the regular season. But Coach Brady Hicks says, I think we got enough talent to kind of figure it out and punch some goals through. Right now they're looking for that first. As Centennial back on, the Rebels a little late to get back on there. I'm sure Brady Hicks was in the midst of a filibuster in the locker room, but finally back out, and they probably enjoyed a little of the cool weather. As we look at some thunderheads that look like they're moving in, and potential rain moving in later tonight. We had it earlier, and I'm not sure why everybody left, because we haven't had it. I could have used it, but of course that was me. I was sheltered. Joe Ruland, Jim Childs, we are underway for the second half, and let's see what strategies are in place. Last year, the Rebels outscored their opponents in the second half by a 3-1 goal margin, and that's something that Coach Hicks knows through his coaching in the past. That's his wheelhouse, is making those adjustments. Setting here, we've got a collision that transpired, and that will be a whistle on the Rebels, and that's going to be a chance here for Keaton Froz to take the free kick.
Yeah, really. Cheetah way out of his box. He was 15 yards outside of the 18, and fortunately didn't get caught.
Couple of high bounces, some contact was the reason for that. Trying to settle at the 50. Set down below, and here's a player that I noticed in that first half has certainly some juice offensively, has some speed. That's Munson. Settled in the back, but now triangulated there by the Rebels defense, forces them to take it back to the D and then try to reverse to come up for some air and some space. Settling here, nice play. Moved in. That's Shady. Shady had it for a minute, gave it up there on a pass through again by Trejo Munson, and a nice play to disrupt by the Rebels coming in. Throwing back again. Trejo Munson trying to footwork his way through the defense, unable to do it. The Rebels come up with the ball. Now possessed here. Quick turn, fire, and now moving it upfield on the drop pass. Initiated that time by Sano. Back through, race
play,
here.
Yeah.
Oh, a click. You could see a player clutched on that far side just as he came inside that 18 on the far side. But no call as they'll continue to play through. That was Caleb Ibarra that time initially, but on that far side, I want to say, Jim,
it was Noah Marquardt who literally grabbed the jersey and pulled him. The Rebels still get a corner out of it, but that was a definite foul that was missed.
Not a lot of corners in the first. In fact, just the one. This one is Poston from the far corner. This first of the second half, elevating that time enough to disrupt the flow of the ball back. That time was Cheetah. The defense gets to it first and clears.
Well, Cheetah has been the MVP so far for the game. He's kept this a 0-0 game.
Poston tries to settle it with an oncoming midfielder, Adam. Lifts it up ahead. Good ball. Just missed to Ibarra. Ibarra tries to get it on the bounce and deflection. Now through ball down deep. That's getting settled. Now move back up the field. Midfield, rather. And Centennial whistled there. They're going to be a free kick awarded to the Rebels. Poston on a quick pass touch. They're going to say, whoa, 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 whoa. That was more of a hand than a foot pass. So we're going to redo it at midfield. So Poston ahead. Ibarra looks for the spacing. Tries to work it inside. A left foot kick off the top of the field goal post. Not the crossbar of the post. Over the top with that left foot kick. And an attempt there by Havlicek.
Carter Havlicek has done a great job on the outside. He's been able to create opportunities. And then also we saw in the first half he was able to give it up to Sano. And Sano just shot one wide. Probably the best shot opportunity for the Rebels. Oof.
Chance of miscue there. Almost a chance to get that ball recaptured on the back door there for Centennial, but not able to control. Poston moves up. Trying to hit it down low. In the game right now without, as you mentioned, Jim, most of that first half was Devin Cam Von Sook. And I'll tell you, he's got some wheels, and good to see him back on the field. Let's see if he can make a difference here in the second half. He's number 3.
I'm glad you pronounced that first.
But a dozen rehearse sessions. Love the names. Here we go, top half. Header, redirected. Chance there as Minty Shady went up for it, but didn't really get much on it. Was tangled up defensively. Dropped to the head that time. Now sent back out. This will be awarded to the Rebels. Rebels last year outscored their opponents by a margin of 61-19. Impressive season. And of course, you haven't heard much from him. And you typically don't from some of the good keepers, but Evan Martin.
Oh.
Excellent keeper that time. A little sliding tackle trying to get it loose. It's going to be awarded to Centennial, blowing a tire. No, it was just a shin guard.
Yeah, well, it was Marquardt. Man, he had a head of steam. Oh, bad throw-in. They're going to reverse it.
Now back in the Rebels, looking for that space. Way to kind of get that first goal for either of these teams over the top of Rivero that time, but set back in.
Good job to get it to the open field.
Trejo Munson trying to work near side. He's battling Cam Von Sook also at that same time. A centering attempt there hit near the goal box and launched all the way back near midfield. Sent right back into the 18, tangled up, trying to manipulate through, and they are going to call a whistle here. Anything inside that 18 is always tough, but they're going to call it offside.
And we got an injury down there. I think that's Cam Von Sook, who is down.
Take that time, 32 minutes, 51 seconds left, and more QCTV action coming right after this. It's the girls of this double feature. Centennial girls taking on the Champlin Park Rebels. And then we have high school football coming your way on Monday or Friday. That'll be certainly a high impact early game as Andover will host West Mankato, a team that their only loss last year was to Elk River in the state championship for 5A. And I'll tell you, that's a game I've been looking forward to see for some time. As I know Andover was also excited a chance to see West Mankato a couple of years ago, and then they had an early exit in the quarterfinals of that state tournament game.
Against Rogers, yes, that was...
Osseo. But nonetheless, it's been a great start as the Huskies blew out St. Thomas Academy. Boy, they came at them, and they had that defense look like it was BB through a fishnet for the St. Thomas Academy in that first half. And Coach DeVellis, as always, had them prepared, and they certainly executed. They're going to take a water break here as they're trying to, I think, assess the injury to number 3, Devin Von Sook, the junior defender.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened exactly. Look, he must have got obviously tangled up. He's up on his feet now. Looks like he's going to have some help getting off.
Setting up here, and of course this time of the year too, I don't want to underestimate the injury, but the first thing you think of is cramps.
Yeah. Gingerly walking off.
He is going to be replaced by Samba Job, number 27. Job, also a junior.
So Noah Bird comes in also for the Cougars. Hey, Joe, what about the battle for the paddle? Boy, I tell you, that was a good game here on QCTV. The Rebels come out on the shorthand, but boy, the Anoka Tornadoes look like their offense is off and running again.
They certainly went vertical on a couple of those bombs. I was impressed with those tosses and the reception. That time, the Rebels were waiting for the pass, but he got it while he was out of bounds. And that was a fresh substitution just in, Sambo Job. Throw in here for the Rebels as they try to get something going. Champlin Park after tonight will be at Totino Grace. That is on Thursday.
And there's some good coaches. Tino Gray's coach, been around for a while, has won championships. This Northwest Suburban Conference is really one of the state's best.
A good punt that time by the left foot keeper. That one was Evan Martin, but he was kicking into a pretty stiff wind and took it to about the 40. Opponent's 40. So back again. Here come the Rebels. Little give and go touch pass here. Now far side of the field, opening up a runner, kicking it back. And you can see that's a critical play in this offense, is having that defender on that near side where Van Sook was, and now Job is located. Once they sag and they move and they give that opening, that defender makes that run on the near side here, and see if they can capitalize on that spacing later on here in this game. We have 31 minutes remaining here in this second half. Scoreless between these two squads, and this left foot kick through almost to connect. Redirected back out by the defense. And there you saw the play, again made by Keaton Fraz. Fraz and Poston kind of have a similar approach, in the right spot. Good size on both of them. A ball tends to go through them defensively. In terms of a key player, not through them as like BBs through a fishnet. Back again, Poston, through ball, one touch. There's a chance. Good look here. Whistled for the offside, in by just a stride that time. Was he Barrow? The midi, the junior midi.
Yeah, it was good play, and just a hair off sides.
You could see it was starting to evolve quickly there, and just a stride ahead. Fraz with a big boot to about the 20. Both players collide simultaneously, and they're going to rule it a throw in here for Centennial. We'll get a quick whistle, and coming in right now is going to be J.J. Bliss.
One of the great announcer names out there, J.J. Bliss.
Jumping out, Brady Patrick. Bliss played with, let's just say, anything but bliss. Had some physical plays in that first half.
He certainly did. He's
got some burst speed, and I mentioned he's got that wiggle. He can get it going, but some physical calls on him also. But let's see. And again, we kind of expect maybe some of that physical play against the Rebels here. And so far, Centennial's been effective. They'd like the lead, but I'm sure they don't mind the 0-0 and see what they can do later on. As this game goes on and this match starts to go, you start wondering about that heat.
Going to be a kick for the Rebels.
Posted. We'll launch this. Well, he says, just a minute, we're not ready. Jumping in front to corral that was Minty Shady.
Oh, it's going for this.
So they're going to do, it will go to Shady.
Oh, okay. All right. Initially, I thought I saw the hand go in the way of, from the referee, in the way of.
Well, you and I just noticed.
Yeah. What's that?
The clouds came over and we had some shade. Some shady there momentarily.
Okay.
Back again. Right. Here comes the boot. Perched ahead to the goal box. Coming up with a clean save. Good hands flashing the leather and making the save. Elevating for that one was Evan Martin. He had some traffic all around him.
Cool, calm, and collected back there. Here come the Rebels.
That was a nice boot also by Fraz. Back the other way, trying to get first to the ball. Anywhere around that 18 and a loose ball is always a bit of a panic. You want to get there first and not leave the opportunity. Bliss was trying to seal off a pass back. If he could get the loose numbers there. Through ball here. Redirected up and top and over the top. A chance of he got it quickly on his foot. Tried to settle it. About a step inside the 18. He was upended, but also so was the ball as it went off the toe. of the Rebels player. You saw the burst of speed that time for the Rebels.
Well, Cheetah made a great play, just to the decisiveness to go out there and get that ball. Really kept this a 0-0 game.
It is really that the role as a keeper is just one to break off.
Mm-hmm.
When they come off that line, that goal line, to attack. Because sometimes you are left all alone if you make that wrong move just behind. Looks like, if I can get the numbers right, Kozlowski perhaps coming in. And taking the towel looks like Shepard. Approaching 26 left here in the second. Reversing field, trying to pitch it just ahead, but it's sent out of play. It'll be a throw in for the Rebels, as you're going to see what kind of adjustments they're going to make here as this game gets a little long in the tooth. And it's got to feel long in the tooth. And there's a collection. It looked like a mini pile drive that time at the 18th.
Yeah, and we've got a card coming too. So
that was some physical play there, a yellow.
Caleb Ibrahim will be out, or Ibarra will be out. Coming back in will be Yafondo.
Okay, there we go. Yafondo in, Ibarra out. A yellow's been issued that time. Ibarra that time put a shoulder right into the chest of the defender for Centennial, and that.
Yeah, so Coach Hicks, the first time I've seen him standing up, obviously we're getting, as you mentioned, long in the tooth now, has been cool, calm, and collected on the bench. Now he's wiping the brow and getting ready to coach up his team in the last 25 minutes.
Setting it back, now ahead. As you mentioned, they played a tough game against Blaine. Almost there, giving it up now, a chance. Right there, left foot kick, going top, far side, goal! Picking it up and going upper 90. Snaps off a shot, and Trejo Munson found that loose change and buried it back of the net to give Centennial a 1-0 lead.
Well, that was all Trejo Munson. You know, you looked like he was going to go to his right. He goes to his left and then puts a beautiful shot, as you mentioned. That couldn't be any closer to that upper 90.
And I think Coach Hicks will probably be more frustrated with the ball that they gave up on that errant pass. It was kind of in a tweener. And he went far post, got the far post, took it off inside that far post, and just beyond the reach that time of Evan Martin.
Yeah, just really a nice left foot by Trejo Munson.
The senior's first goal of the season, and Centennial out 1-0. 25 minutes remaining. And if we ever get a look at that again, you'll just see that pass out was kind of, everyone was kind of in the middle and not an effort to try to at least redirect it, and that was able to put it right on the foot. And all he needed was a little sunlight, and Dominic Trejo Munson buried it far post.
Just an excellent shot. Nothing. Tip your cap or pat him on the back. That was a great play.
Opportunity here on the kick. For Andover at the 20. Poston will take this. Sends this shot in. And gathered and elevating. Flashing a little leather for the clean glove save by Cheetah, and rolling in. I think they were looking for more of maybe activity going towards that far post to get something redirected. Cheetah looked like he had a clean look at that ball all the way. 1-0 lead, Centennial. 24 minutes left here in this second half. This is the first of two matches coming your way on QCTV. A couple of players down, Melick and Logan on the camera down below us, doing a great job.
That was Lester Arthur, who tried to go up, above, around, and just couldn't get around, and he decided at that point, let's just go through.
Yep, and you know what? That's one player we haven't heard from yet
No.
here in the second half. He had some opportunities in the first. Not much here. They've done a great job of containing or trying to bracket him here in the second half to start. So down by a goal here, the Rebels with Poston redirects it to the far side. Ahead, back to the near side. And a set again, that was Job who had it initially. And now back in is Trey Jones, number 12 for the Rebels. He showed some flash. Some flash and some swag in that first half. He'll come in, and coming out will be Otero.
Oh, that's Rules.
Is it Rules? 25 versus 26, Otero. We'll see what the substitutions that happen here. Shady comes in, loses his legs on that attempt at a steal. Trying to redirect, and then a little grab there, but it's chipped away over the top to the side of the net. Almost it looked like a reciprocating and some frustration there for the Centennial players. It looked like he had grabbed the Rebels player, but they played on.
No, they called a foul on it. It's a free kick.
They did.
Yep.
I should have trusted my instincts, but
your instincts were right on.
Kick it out to that far side here, and back again to Poston. Poston trying to engineer his way upfield. As you can see, they're trying to read how they're defending here. There's a through ball set up here on the doorstep. Handball, but this kick back out beyond the 18. There's a handball near just inside the 18, closer to the goal box. Far side, Centennial trying to reciprocate the rush. Sends it in, deflected, and that will be the first corner kick of the afternoon for Centennial. That's just the third corner kick of this game.
A good opportunity now to put a little distance between the Rebels and the Cougars.
Jumping out, C.J. Shear makes a quick break.
Trejo Munson will go out and hit the lefty. We saw that lefty score that goal. Let's see what he can do on a corner kick.
Sets it up here. Always watching kind of that backside. If you can't get the header on it earlier, watching that backside rush, and this time it goes to the goal kick. It deflects. Still trying to settle. Here's a shot on the ground. Gets through traffic. Redirect. Handled there. Corralled by Martin. Martin looks to punt it deep, but not really enough players down there to do so. So he rolls it out for the quick outlet pass. Centennial jumps that. Another quick lefty over the top of the crossbar. It hits the goal post from a football standard, and then redirects off. So it'll be a goal kick awarded back to the Champlin Park Rebels.
Most of these free balls are getting collected by the Cougars right now. They've been able to kind of muster a little momentum.
The wind right now, as it's swirled a bit, looks like it's right almost directly at the back
good point.
of Centennial. Good hustle there, creates a turnover for the Rebels, and now it'll be a throw in for Centennial. Quickly back in here under substitution is Keaton Froz. He's got a goal and an assist on the season for the senior defender. Stepping out, Janasek. That's Keegan Janasek. On the throw, moved it up. Here's the go. Jumping in, good job to cut it off and now move in. Triggers a shot, lower 90 and just missing that far post, low side beyond the extended reach of Evan Martin. A nice whistler. Those on the ground are sometimes so much more difficult to track. Up ahead, drop back. And they'll move it up, perch through. Chance to settle. Let's see how the Rebels can counter. What is going to be this counter attack here? A high left kick to the top of the 18, far side. They'll let it roll down and out to get that throw in. Janasek now drops it back for a teammate. They'll throw it upfield, up along the line, deflect, get in there. Poston looked like he was going to do the honors, but it's drifted back. Put on by Dago Carroll. Carroll hustling back. Dropping it here on that far side. Garcia was out in front of everyone there for Centennial, so he had to let his teammates catch up with him and roll out of play. And we are just under 18 minutes remaining in the second half. The Rebels down by a goal. Back on after that yellow. Caleb Ibarra. See what kind of mojo he can bring in. Some activity. Joe disrupts. Moving it back up. Ibarra. He's had a rest for a while. Now let's see what kind of juice he can bring to the field. Touched up. Back down below. Havlicek had it momentarily. Some quick touch passes, but now a turnover. Ever so dangerous. Trejo Munson. Bracketed. Still trying to work at it. Quick spin move. Picked back up by Ibarra. On the far side, here's Arthur. Arthur going to make a run. Pitches it by far side. Havlicek has it. Havlicek, far side, looking to set up a teammate. The header. Back to Ibarra. Ibarra, left foot kick just over top of the crossbar, and they will get a penalty there. A goal kick awarded here to Centennial, but some good pressure, good ball movement that time inside the box, dropped it back. A spin kick that time by Ibarra, just over top of the crossbar.
Yeah, the best pressure the Rebels have had in really in the second half, as they continue to. I'm going to have a substitution.
J.J. Bliss getting ready to come back in again for Centennial. They whistle him in as we are approaching the 16-minute mark. 9. Kafima Sano will take a bench. Those 9s and 4s can look alike. Meanwhile, coming out, number 4, Logan Garcia. The sophomore has been running the field, and also Centennial brings back Sebastian Fernandez, number 8.
Well, we're heading down to the final 15 minutes. We'll have to see what kind of changes to the attack are on the Rebels. They've basically tried to keep the midfielders out and go from Poston and just try to get that through ball.
Far side here. Deflected. And Rebels will get it. Get the throw in and a quick turnover as they lose possession. Here comes Centennial now at chances. They throw it down the line, and they're going to call a whistle here.
The Rebels have an advantage right now. They've got it's 11 on 10 right now as one of the Centennial Cougars are off.
Yeah, Minty Shady getting tended to on the sideline. Looks like they're looking at his ribs. Deflected back up towards midfield, but Centennial tries to go with the numbers. J.J. Bliss putting some pressure on Poston. He settles it. It was Diego Connell. My bad on that. Diego hustled back, settled it, and moved it right back upfield again.
Well, like you mentioned, the 9s and 4s look similar, and also the stature of the Connell and Poston.
If Poston doesn't have that captain green sleeve on there, it would be more difficult to see. So we have it kicked back up. Here's a chance. The chance here for the Rebels. You can feel a bit of a rush, a storm here coming for the Rebels on the 18 on the far side. Settling a header, trying to get it right back into the goal box, and this time it's cleared back out with one kick. In fact, sent beyond midfield as we are south of 14, getting ready to check back in for Centennial as C.J. Shear. He has a goal. Was the senior on the season. Reversing the field moving it to Poston. That was now Connell. Moves it ahead. Left side, this high kick inside, trying to get a 50-50 ball and see if they can get possession there. Unable to do so. And the attempt by Joe. Back comes Centennial, but they're unable to settle the ball. But this time it's on the far side, making a move. Janicek eludes some footwork there. Moves it down inside, and a deflection just at the 18. Rolls up. Martin quickly gets the outlet pass right back out. Chance to get a spark going here with 13 minutes, 20 seconds remaining. Centennial team lost, I think it was close to 15, 16 seniors last year on your team to graduation. Arthur moving in on the far side. Dangling a bit with the 18, now chips it across, settling it, trying to get the trigger on it was Jones, and this will be a corner opportunity now for the Rebels, and that's going to be Poston, I believe, going down to take this corner.
Yeah, nice recovery by Fernandez of the Cougars to get over there and stop the threat.
This is the third corner kick the afternoon for the Rebels, 0 for 2 in their previous. Poston approaches. They'll try to obstruct the view here of Cheetah in front, diving through, loose ball, trying to extend it and hold possession, unable to do so. Centennial sends it all the way up as the Rebels kind of had the kitchen cleaned out and ready to attack on that corner. They're forced back and then forced to the sideline, and a turnover there. Throw in coming the way and some substitutions quickly coming in, and watch out for Logan Garcia. The speedster comes in for J.J. Bliss for Centennial. Kozlowski will also take a quick break as we're getting and approaching single digits remaining here in the second half. 11:45 to go, and the Rebels in the blue down by a goal, 1-0. The lone goal so far has been scored by Dominic Trejo Munson. He went far post up top to beat Martin after an errant turnover. A bad pass. It ended up on the foot of Munson, and he buried it. At 11, navigating through, finding and chirping his way ahead. There's a ball to Janicek. He sends it right back to the Blues' back defenders. Janicek again. Puts it there. Near the foot there of Munson. It's removed off. Just one goal down. 1 to tie. Here they come. Moving it. Poston on the give and go back. Overran at that time. Wasn't, I think, anticipating that pass back that came to him from Ibrahim. Back again. Poston. Didn't get what he wanted on that. It rolls ahead. That allowed Centennial to jump in front of that pass. Settling it far side. The Rebels started back up. Ibarra moves it near side to Arthur. Arthur moves it down low. Coming in to build. Job with it. Nice maneuver. Kicks it back. Wants to drop it up top, but he put it right on the foot of the Centennial defender. I think he thought maybe Ibarra was coming up to take that pass and maybe just unleash one the top of the 18, but he stayed back. That made it an easy steal for Centennial. We're south of 10 to play now. 9 minutes, 50 seconds to go. We're in single digits remaining here in the second half, and Centennial remains with a 1-0 lead. Quick substitution. Starter coming in, Brady Patrick, and coming out is Logan Garcia. Garcia has been pretty much all in a dead sprint and some major burst when he has been on the field, so you can understand why they're doing some quick substitutions with him.
Yeah, and Centennial right now, they don't need offense. They've gone into a shell. They've got to between, usually 9 players back, and just one to just kind of cause a little havoc on the defense.
L.A. now finds it. Arthur had it. Deflection. Trying to move in. Ibarra sends it down low. Can he get to that ball? He will outside the 18 on the side. Redirect in front. Loose ball. Loose change, and plopping on top of it to make the save was Cheetah.
Man, what a play by Jordan Cheetah. Again, he's been the MVP today. He has kept the Cougars in this and kept this shutout going for himself.
Sano that time made a nice boot from the corner here, just inside the 18. You can see how it was redirected. Almost got it by him, but he saw the opening and then the ball and pounced on top of that before it crossed the goal line. Poston will come out for I'm sure, just a couple of minutes.
Yeah, he was gassed.
And also taking the bench is Noah Berg for Centennial. Here's a burst of speed now coming through, trying to cause some havoc and disruption. Centennial, they'll move it in. Far side, little drop pass, top of the 18. Minty Shady goes down. Possession back to the Rebels. Long ball through. Trying to catch Cheetah from getting through and almost got him on a hesitation there. He needs to get that ball off his foot and up the field. As coming from behind that time was more pressure by Caleb Ibarra. Dropping up top. Good battle here. You can see they're getting after it and picking up some physical play. That's Willengring. He goes down. Connell will be whistled for that violation, and that will be 7:25 on the clock. Good pressure here. You can see that the Rebels have stepped it up a bit, hit that next gear to try to put some more pressure on.
Yeah, the intensity level on both teams have ratcheted up about 4 levels in the last 30 seconds.
Approaching here with that free kick. Centennial looking far post, but it goes too far. As that kick by Fraz off the mark by about 5 yards. Trying to hit that far post. Get the runners coming in with a header. A quick rollout now in possession for the Rebels. The Rebels are going to need to kind of get some things rolling, and on the near side, Joe had it, but his move upfield was diffused by a fine defensive effort this time by Willengring.
Yeah, very fine. Excellent. Not committing a foul, but still keeping pressure on. Excellent job.
Sano trying to find the opening. Feeds it to that far side. Give and go back on the cut. And sends it back out to the 50. They're going to reverse field here, and they've got a player down, Willengring, but they're continuing to play. Now they finally see him as in his white uniform. He was on the white paint from the sideline and finally spotted him. Quickly back in will be Keegan Janicek, the sophomore. Six minutes, 10 seconds to go. Do not go anywhere. I think this game is just beginning, this matchup, where we're going to see some major pressure coming. Midfield, left foot kick down low, race to that ensued, kicks it back, holding it in. Now a drop pass. Arthur tried to get there to reach it and hit a cutter going down low. Back again. Sano with the look that time. A drop and up ahead as Munson. And then finally Centennial sends it almost length of the field. 5.5 to play. Quickly the throw in back here for the Rebels. And Jim, now more than ever you're starting to see Centennial pack it in. Not far back, but that wind more than ever is starting to gust. And it's at the back of the Cougars. But when it's moving that slow and you're keeping it low to the turf, doesn't seem like that much of an advantage for Centennial at this point. They need to get things together here on a quick release. Ibarra, a high lofting kick near the 18. A header sends it to that far side, and the Rebels will control. Send a pass back, reset, refuel.
The Rebels are fine, or the Cougars are fine if they want to just keep passing it back that deep, not get it into their own territory. Now Connell gets it up to Ibarra.
And a pass, looking for the through. There's a chance backside, left alone. The goalie's way out. Quick left shot, redirected, and it'll be another corner. But boy, coming out and caught out and never land is Cheetah that time. Trying to settle it was Lester Arthur. He finally settled it. Didn't get the gusto or the velo he wanted on the shot, but the first thing for him was get that shot on goal. And he did. That deflected it out of play. The fourth corner kick of the game here coming for the Rebels as they're starting to heat up the pressure. We're just under 4 to play. Hooking this one in near the top. Directed, settling this one. Off the deflection, goes well over the top of the goal. And Centennial eludes another scoring opportunity there for the Rebels. 4-1 our corner kicks in favor of the Rebels here this afternoon. Back in J.J. Bliss.
Well, I tell you what, that was a great opportunity. And you had mentioned, you know who, Marcourt, the defenseman on the far right side, has been a wrecking crew up there. He's the one that stopped the shot from Arthur. And that time, in the face of some of the Rebels, unable to just get through past him.
J.J. Bliss in for Minty Shady. Maneuvering Ibarra. A couple of guys. My God, how does he not tear an ACL? Moving it left and right. Just unbelievable foot movement across the way. Quickness, far side. Now move inside. Arthur has a look. Turns, fires. Deflected by the defensive Centennial. Moving it back up and a miscue there. Trying to unleash a big shot that time, but missing it. And off the side of the foot was Munson. His teammate Janicek comes over and just takes it out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for the Rebels. 3:18 to play.
Brady Patrick down. He's up. And Logan Garcia will come back in.
Diego Cano now on the throw-in. You can see Coach Brady Hicks directing where he wants his players for this throw-in. It rolls out. It'll be awarded a throw-in again. This time. Thrown in by Peach. Peach had it. Now back to Ibarra. He's got a defender on him. A good look at a shot. Couldn't settle it in time. Sends it back. Rotates it around Poston. Poston now near side. Pickpocketed there off of the foot of Sano. A nice Andy defensive play there for Centennial. A header up ahead to the 30. And back out. Sense of urgency. You can sense it here for the Rebels. 2.5 remaining. Quick shot looking for the deflection. Still a header that sends it, and it bounces at the 18. Trying to redirect and bring some extra spunk right now out of the Rebels. Dropping it back. That's Poston. Sets it up. That was Seth. To the far side and off the foot and losing that possession of the Rebels. It'll be a throw-in now with 2 minutes, 10 seconds to go for Centennial.
Yeah, Centennial's doing the right thing right now. They're able to get some pressure, but the Cougars are just doing a great job of marking everyone back there.
Bounce back to Martin. Quick catch and release. Back out. Sends it upfield. Seth down to deflection. Rebels here. They can score. Here comes Arthur. That's the guy you wanted on his foot. He had a hat trick last game. Unleashes one. Down low pass. Here's a quick shot. Scores! No, they're going to call offside.
Yeah, he was 2 or 3 lengths offside.
Getting that confession. Finally getting that ball to settle. Sano off the pass from Arthur. Settles it and hooks one in. Lower 90. But it's all called back due to the offside. So a kick coming for Centennial with $1:15 remaining here in this match. Lofted high. Seth, a hard header back up towards midfield. Back the other way. Here comes Centennial working the far side. Race to the ball ensues there. It'll be a throw-in for the Rebels. They quickly gobble up the possession. And with under 55 seconds to go, they'll have the throw-in and have to go length of the field. A header down the near side. Centennial content with just sending a header back to the corner. Possession comes, taking one for the team. And taking it right to the back. Though that's going to sting a bit. But quick shot deflects back out of play.
It certainly will, but it ran about 15 seconds off the clock, which that sting is probably worth it right now for Centennial.
30 seconds remaining. The Rebels down by a goal. They've been knocking on the door here the last 5 minutes. Let's see if they can walk through it. This one comes up near our booth and next to the camera. 15 seconds left. Throw in coming for the Rebels. Down the line. Trying to connect here. It's out of bounds. It'll be a throw in one more time. Maybe one more effort here left for the Rebels. 6 seconds left. Throw in to the corner of the 18. Gets through. Loose ball. This kick out of play. And this game is out of time. A 1-0 win for Centennial. An impressive win over the Rebels. Jim, the goal came from Dominic Trail Munson, his first of the season, and it came here in the second half, and that was the difference.
Well, he had the game-winning goal, and that was 25-40 remaining in the second half. But more importantly, really, the shutout by Jordan Cheetah really was earned today as he stopped many really tough opportunities and kind of turned away the Rebels as they pick up this Northwest Suburban win.
Tough one here for the Rebels as they look at that tape again, and they'll see that turnover that was caused that gave the opportunity to Trejo Munson. Was just a quick pass from behind the goal or out from the goal box ahead, and the teammate just some miscommunication, and that gave the opportunity to Trejo Munson, and he buried it far post in the upper part of the net to give Centennial the one goal they would need, and that was the game winner for the Cougars. Congratulations to Centennial Cougars. A 1-0 win over the Champlin Park Rebels. Jim, any last comments?
Yeah, we're going to be back here in 20 minutes for the start of the nightcap. The Centennial girls against the Champlin Park girls as well. So welcome back.
Matinee is over. We'll start with the second half of the double feature coming your way, but congratulations to call out to the Cougars. A 1-0 win over Champlin Park here on this Tuesday night hockey celebration on QCTV. We'll be back shortly for the girls game.